Okay, we're back. I am right now with the Brotherhood again. Sorry, the recording was a little bit fucked before, so yeah. Yeah. What the fuck? Yes.
Are we going to fly?
Yes, we are, Curry.
That minigun in front of you is loaded and ready to fire. If you spot anything hostile during the flight, I suggest you put it to good use.
Well, it's completely
Make sure
useless.
you properly identify your targets before you start shooting. We don't want to have any mishaps and fire on the local.
Fair enough. Hehehe. Yeah, but really, they aren't really the last of the Commonwealth. Because like diplomacy is a thing, but they just don't realize that or don't recognize that as a valid option. You jump out. There you go.
There she is. It's been far too long since I've been aboard. All right, soldier. This is the moment when everything changes. I hope you're ready.
I hope they're ready for my technical talent. I'm really honestly, I'm just there to cash. I probably will go a little bit down the quest lines until I get like to the important bit. I just look up with the dance. What happens if you...
Have you found someone that can help me become human?
It's my top priority.
Your efforts are appreciated.
Ah, fuck it.
Hey,
You need something, yes?
Yeah, I need a way to get out of it, but I don't find one. Ah, now. What?
Permission to come aboard, sir? Permission granted. Welcome back, Paladin.
Brothers and sisters, the road behind has been long and fraught with difficulty. Each and every one of you has surpassed my expectations by rapidly facilitating our arrival in the Commonwealth. You have accomplished this amazing feat without a hint of purpose or direction. And most impressively, without question. Now that the ship is in position, it is time to reveal our purpose. And beneath the Commonwealth, there is a cancer, known as the Institute. A malignant growth that needs to be cut before it infects the surface. They are experimenting with dangerous technologies that could prove to be the world's undoing for the second time in recent history. The Institute scientists have created a weapon that transcends the destructive nature of the atom bomb. They call their creation the Synth. A robotic abomination of technology that is free-thinking and masquerades as a human being. This notion that a machine could be granted free will is not only offensive, but horribly dangerous. And like the atom, if it isn't harnessed properly, it has the potential of rendering us extinct as a species. I am not prepared to allow the Institute to continue this line of experimentation. Therefore, the Institute and their synths are considered enemies of the Brotherhood of Steel, and should be dealt with swiftly
What's
and
the
mercilessly.
thing?
This campaign will be costly, and many lives will be lost. But in the end, saving humankind from its worst enemy, itself. Ad Victoriam!
Ad Victoriam!
Ad Victoriam!
It's kind of funny that the Brotherhood of Steel has a more liberal view on...
You haven't lived until you've tipped ramen with a vertebrate. Now that's a challenge.
how can a machine believe it's alive? It's ridiculous.
How can you believe you're alive when they're just a biological machine, you idiot? It's funny that the Brotherhood of Steel acknowledges that Sims are free-thinking, which is something the Institute doesn't
I
grant
care
them.
about them, you know. The people of the Commonwealth.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
I can see that. They're playing with fire, and we need to save them.
Exactly. I just hope we're here in time. I refuse to allow the mistakes of the past to be repeated.
There's a guy running around with mini nukes.
Don't worry, I'm convinced.
Paladin Dance's reports were quite clear regarding your feelings toward the Brotherhood, and he concludes that you'd be an asset to us. Seeing as he's one of my most respected field officers, you couldn't get a better recommendation. Therefore, from this moment forward, I'm granting you the rank of Knight.
Good.
And, befitting your title, we're granting you a suit of power armor to protect you on the field of battle. Wear it with pride.
I will. Now give me the...
I'll do my best to live up to it.
I'm certain that you will. In any event, once you're finished becoming familiar with the Pridwin and my staff, report to the flight deck for your new orders. Welcome aboard the Pridwin, soldier. Make us proud.
His hand just phase shifted through his fucking thing, so yeah.
Duty shift was
Yes.
long, but I'm glad we're making it.
I think I will never put this suit up again until I have the extra one. But like it's proper T60 power.
How did it go with Elder Max?
What do you think how it went?
We'll stop the Institute. For Maxon and for the Brotherhood.
I thought it's for humanity, you idiot.
The new recruit I heard about.
I can handle myself.
Hey, if Paladin Dance vouched for you, that's good enough for me.
Good.
You
Very
just
good.
don't look like one of the usual wastelanders we pick up. Anyway, since you came down here to meet me, we may as well get it over with. My name's Ingram, and this lovely little grease pit is where you'll usually find me. If your power armor's too tight in the crotch, the Pridwin's about to crash into the ground, or a robot's gone haywire, you come see me.
Sounds like you have a pretty full plate.
Plate. Hell, I have a whole table's worth of duties around here.
I
There
just
isn't a
feel
day
like
that goes by on this tub without 5 or 6 things breaking down. And since I'm stuck in this rig, I'm not quite as spry as I used to be. The work tends to pile up.
Ingram is basically the Fallout towards Mirror already. If Mirror was born or like joined the Brotherhood at a young age. It's just so fitting.
I understand.
Good. Anyway, I'm sure you're here to get your hands on some power armor. There's a pretty decent T60 suit sitting in Bay 3 that's all yours. The left leg actuator's a bit sticky, but it'll keep the creeps off of you. Oh, and if you need any work done on it, feel free to use the workshops around here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work.
Step forward, Knight. Even though they've locked me in this blasted cage, I promise that
Someone
I
have
will
I
fight.
want that helm.
Looks uncomfortable in there.
It's not that bad. Now, this is the stowage depot, and I, as you probably already guessed, am the ship's quartermaster, Proctor Tegan. The powers that be have me locked in here, so I can keep an eye on the Brotherhood's valuables.
Okay.
If you need to stock up on supplies before you head out on a mission, this is the place to buy them.
Like why do I have to buy them? That's like your military, you should like give me a certain amount at least.
So if I'm out of caps, I guess I'll just defeat the enemy with my bare hands.
There's plenty of spare ammo and equipment all over the ship. You can help yourself to anything you can find. Everything in here is a bit more specialized and unique.
Yeah, okay, that's
The
fair.
good news is by having a constant flow of caps, I'm able to buy whatever you bring me.
It's kind of fun that you can just do the overloading shit out of the fireplace and no one gives a fuck. You can steal the Burns Inferno right
Glad
over.
you finally stopped by, soldier. Are you ready for your medical exam?
As long as it doesn't involve petroleum jelly and rubber gloves, I'm ready.
No. This isn't that sort of examination. I'm going to ask you a series of medical-related questions, and I'd like you to answer me to the best of your ability. First question. As a child, were you ever exposed to radiation for an extended period of time?
My father said I used to sit way too close to the TV.
The television? Wait a second. Let me check my notes here. You were a vault dweller? You're
yes.
probably healthier than anyone else aboard. Anyway, sorry I missed that in your records. Just going down the list of questions. I'm sure you understand. Okay, second question. Have you ever had or come in contact with a person confirmed to be carrying a communicable disease?
Who hasn't? For one, it's fun that Mura is the help as one on board, especially from our backstory, but who hasn't come in contact with a disease in their entire lives? Like at all.
I hope that you're kidding.
Not at all. I'm quite serious, actually. However, I'll just assume that your answer to that one is a no. Third question. And please, answer honestly. Have you ever had sexual relations with any species considered non-human?
That happens often enough for you to have a question about it?
You'd be surprised how many Wastelanders answer yes to that question.
Just set the books down anywhere. I'll get to them as soon as I can.
You don't understand.
What? Not even a thank you?
I hardly need to... Oh my. It appears I've mistaken you for someone else. Since it's obvious that you aren't who I was expecting, would you mind telling me why you're here?
Would you mind telling me why you cosplay as Mecha Big Mac?
Maxon wanted me to meet the crew. You were next on my list.
Ah, yes. You must be the new recruit described in Paladin Dance's report.
Yes.
Under normal circumstances, I'd provide you with a proper orientation of my department. However, I'm woefully behind setting up research patrols and getting bombarded with requests for technical documentation. Unfortunately, I'm lacking the personnel needed to get the job done.
Maybe I could lend a hand.
That would be splendid. As you patrol the Commonwealth, keep your eyes open for blueprints, memos, manuals, books, charts. Anything containing useful technical data. I'm authorized to pay you for each bundle of documents that you recover. And if you wish to be assigned to a research patrol, I have plenty of them waiting to be filled. In any event, it was a pleasure to meet you, Knight.
Yeah. I mean, your department is like one room, and I mean, I get it. It's probably really annoying to have to go through everything for everyone, but like, what's the issue? Like, I get you don't like tech, but like a Mr. Handy or something would be that much out of line with what you already have tech-wise. So just get a Mr. Handy and set him up to... Whoa.
Everything holding together?
Trust me, you'd know.
Good. Firing!
Alright. Everything looks nominal. And you didn't scuttle the ship. Thanks, Initiative.
Sure.
Well, that's one way to test it. Okay, but I will check it up. Yeah, you have to max out affinity with dance before blind betrayal, or like before you blow the brother out of the sky, so I probably should do that. The grounds that I do not want to, that I want is perk. Oh fuck, sorry.
A 3% Z tilt, adjusting thrust.
Now that you've had a chance to roam the Pridwin, what do you think, Knight?
It's basically flying shit, but
She's
yeah.
very impressive.
Yes, quite a feat of engineering, isn't she? It took the Brotherhood's sharpest minds over 2 years to design, and more than twice that to build.
Nice.
Time well spent, I'd say.
Indeed. With the Pridwin in our arsenal, we can mobilize our entire division, sending her anywhere that Elder Maxon wishes her to go.
Her presence in the Commonwealth ensures that our mission to defeat the Institute will end in victory.
They don't stand a chance.
Amen to that, soldier. In any event, I hope your tour of the Pridwin helped acclimate you to our way of life up here. I think you'll find that the more familiar you become with both her capabilities and her crew, the longer you'll survive as a member of the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
You're dismissed, Knight.
Good.
Kells?
All systems are green. All stations reporting no malfunctions.
What issue I have with the Brotherhood right now is... I mean, I know why the ship is so small, despite being like this massive thing in canon and in lore, because like simply put, it's easy to program and to store and to process for the PC and everything. But it kind of breaks the immersion when they're like, yeah, entire divisions can be moved with this ship, major offensive can be launched, and then you have like 4 base, 4...
Split the difference.
So loud again. like entire divisions can be launched, major offensive, but then you have like one shit. Yeah, fine.
Sir.
Now that you've familiarized yourself with the Pridman's crew.
Yes.
Yes, Elder.
Good. Let's get right to it then. Shall we? Take a look over there. That's Fort Strong. And it's infested with super mutants. Having those aberrations of nature close enough to smell is making me sick to my stomach. To make matters worse, they're sitting on top of a massive stockpile of Fat Man shells we could use in our campaign. I want you to head over there, wipe out everything that moves, and secure that stockpile. Understood?
Yeah.
Consider it done.
What's wrong? Yes, I know.
Primary target down. Look at that thing bleed. I'm gonna find a place to set her down and then hightail it back to the Pridwin for repair.
Come on. 50% hit chance, my ass. And down. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Load a critical. Of course that will work. Shouldn't work. Down, down, down. Ah. You want to die as well? Fair enough. Die. Okay. There you are. And where are they hide? Bam. Die. Yes. As of today, command of Fort Strong has passed to me. I am looking forward to helping the US Army test some of its experimental weapon systems at our facility. Shouldn't it be tested some of its? I've already had the men preparing the island for testing operations by tearing down the old barracks and constructing a simulated town. Since we'll be fighting an enemy on an urban front, I think the best way to test these weapons is by seeing how well they punch through civilian structures. Makes sense. We've been testing the new batch of T-51B power armor suits that the Army Corps of Engineers just rolled off the assembly line. I'm impressed with the amount of protection they afford our soldiers that allow them a great deal of mobility. I've noticed that the soldiers are still having trouble jumping in these things because the suits weigh, they often tip over on hard landings. I've had the maintenance boys look at it and they're suggesting adding a gyroscope and shock absorbers to the lower torso. I'll pass it up the chain and see if I can get Washington to spend the extra money because for the modification. Wait, one second. Things are starting to heat up overseas, so Washington is pushing us to cut our project turnaround times in half. I thought that would be dangerous, but it seems like they don't have much of a choice. I have decided to split my staff into Alpha Team and Bravo Team so we can work on two projects at the same time. Manpower will be reduced, but I'm convinced that we'll still be able to maintain our new schedule. I'm going to put Alpha Team and the Power Armor Bravo Team on the new M42 Fat Man launchers. Alpha Team just shipped out the first batch of T-51B suits to the front of China. Reports are already coming in that the suits are performing better than expected, chewing through enemy tanks and armor like they were paper. Word has it that some of the enemy troops are even surrendering when they catch sight of power armor troops holding their M5mm miniguns. Looks like Alpha Team has earned themselves a weekend pass in Boston. It's fun that it takes a nuclear apocalypse impending for Americans to switch to millimeters. Bravo Team is having a heck of a time getting the M52s not to shoot far enough away from its firing position. Wait, it's having a heck of a time getting the not to shoot far enough. The problem is that the warhead is still too heavy to fire the distance required. I assume that the soldiers are still getting soaked far too many reds and suffer blast burns. One of the technicians has suggested a radical idea of using a convention, the depleting subcharge to catapult the round directly out of the launcher. His calculations look sound, so I'm going to let him give it a try. I also think there's a type point because like they have a heck of a time getting the M52s to shoot far enough. Like it doesn't shoot far enough. It's not shooting far enough, but they're having a hard time getting it to shoot far enough. That's after a few design setbacks and the loss of one of our testing squads, we finally perfected the launching mechanism. Washington has been writing me to wrap this project up, but with a weapon this project I was inclined to take my time. We sent the launches ahead to the supply yard in Mississippi and we're just waiting for the go-ahead to ship the warheads whenever they need wherever they need to go. After a few design setbacks and the loss of one of our testing squads, we finally perfected the M52 M4 After a few design setbacks and the loss of one of our testing squads, we finally perfected the M42 launch. After a few design setbacks and the loss of one of our testing squads, we finally perfected the M42 launcher's firing mechanism. Washington has been writing me to wrap this project up, but with a weapon this potent, I was inclined to take my time. We sent the launches ahead to the supply yard in Mississippi and we're just waiting for the go-ahead to ship the warheads wherever they need to go. Hopefully we can get those nukes out of here before the month is out. I don't feel comfortable sleeping 20 feet above enough nukes to reduce this island to ash. Probably more than just the island, and more like the whole wider Boston region. But anyway. That's impending doom, my friend. Oh fuck. Carrying too much and can't run. Yes, I know. I am painfully protect right now.
Outstanding work at Fort Strong, soldier.
Thanks.
It was an honor fighting for the Brotherhood.
I'm glad you feel that way, because our mission here has only just begun. In order to bring the Institute to its knees, we need to use every weapon at our disposal. I try to supply my soldiers with the best. That's why I'm giving you these. Signal grenades can call a vertibird to your location when you need aerial transport.
Absolutely
Simply throw one
useless
to the ground,
in non-mod.
and the vertibird will hone in on the unique electromagnetic smoke it emits. Once you're aboard, use the map on your Pip-Boy to interface with the pilot's navigation system, so he'll be able to take you wherever you need.
Thank you, Elder. I'll make good use of them.
I expect that you will. Now, I'm sure you're aware that Fort
Yes.
Strong was simply the first step towards the liberation of the Commonwealth. An even greater task lies ahead.
Great quote.
She's my client, Piper. Why don't you learn not to snoop on a woman's private affairs?
Well, well, speak of the devil.
You're back. And not with your son. What happened?
I didn't make it in time. Kellogg was working with the Institute, and he gave them Sean.
The Institute? Oh, boy. Oh, a murderer and a kidnapper gets his brains blown out by an avenging parent. Huh. Be a great ending if we didn't still have the biggest mystery in the Commonwealth to solve.
Gets his brains blown out. Huh. His brains. You know, we may not need the man at all.
You're talking crazy here, Nick. Got a fault in the old subroutines?
Look, there's a place in Good Neighbor called the Memory Den. Relive the past moments in your mind as clear as the day they happened. If anyone could get a dead brain to sing, it'll be Dr. Amari, the mind behind the memories.
I hope you're right, Nick.
Let's see. I guess we're gonna need a piece of Kellogg's brain. Enough gray matter to bring to Amari and find out if this is going to work.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I know it's grisly, but what choice do we have? We got no leads, nothing. That old Merc's brain just might have all the secrets we need to know.
Actually, I think I already have something. Kellogg had this thing attached to his head.
Cybernetics, huh?
Does that do
We may have
something?
just won the lottery.
Whether we're riding this crazy brain train or not, we can't all go running across the Commonwealth, so... who's coming with you?
I have to go to the memory den either way, if I'm going to introduce you to Amari. But if you want to head there together, just say so.
I get that.
I already have someone with me. I'll meet you there, Nick.
All right. See you at the den. Don't worry.
We're gonna get your boy back. Just a few more steps. Dr. Amari?
Yes? Wait, I know you. You're on the railroad. What's this all about?
We need your help, Doctor. I need the memories from a man named Kellogg. But he's dead.
I know it's asking for a miracle, Amari, but you've pulled off the impossible before.
Are you two mad?
Yes,
Putting aside the
most
fact
likely.
that you're asking me to defile a corpse, you don't realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
Technically, the corpse was defiled already.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait. That's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Makes sense. Well, it just makes sense.
Go on, Doctor.
Mr. Valentine is an older generation synth. But Institute technology being what it is, the brain implant could fit him. But that's an incredible risk to take. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me, Amari. I'm well past the warranty date anyway.
Hey, I appreciate this, Nick.
You can thank me when we've found your son. All right, let's do this.
Yeah, it's not one of the most boring quests in Fallout
If I start
history.
cackling like an old grizzled
Yes.
mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Let's see here. I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
A lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last favor.
Yes. Okay.
Tell me you have a way past this, Doctor.
Let me think. The encryption is too strong for a single mind. But what if we use two? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
All right, let's get started.
Just sit down over there, and keep your fingers crossed.
I will.
See you on the other side.
Yes, I will. Again, this quest is boring. I mean, especially if I want to listen to everything. I did it, I think, my first run, and that was instead I just ran through memories because
brainwave migration between the transplant and the host.
Yes.
Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on.
I don't really have much of a choice right now. Oh my eyes.
Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location.
Yes, good. Come to the point.
There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Yes, and this is an area that I'm not interested in.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for.
No, it's not.
There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Let's keep looking.
Well, this is a very
To
creative
the
scene,
next
I
intact memory.
with the way it shows you walking from one memory to the next. It's creative. I give it
How
that.
did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg?
But that's not
I found
really
another memory to
interesting
try.
otherwise.
I'll
Especially,
connect you.
it's like, seeing it the first time, it's really interesting and intriguing, but the second time it's just a long bit that takes forever. But you just walk through to
We
the
seem to be
end.
getting closer. Try this next one.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly
No, 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 no,
connecting.
no. No, 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 no.
Suspended. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready.
Yes, now we're on the right position.
Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
Have to axe memories or will it just work by itself?
This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up.
Kellogg.
It's okay. One of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything.
Then
So
why
what's
is
the
he even
big
here?
crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
Get to the point, for fuck's sake.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Bye.
I like the detail that it's subtitles.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
I would like the detail that a subtitle that says Kellogg is not with me, because it makes sense in this case, but oh, it just takes so long and it's so fucking boring.
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
Good.
Next time I have to watch someone's life story, I want popcorn.
Well, if you're cognizant enough to joke, I think we can safely say that you're out of critical condition. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
We got what we needed. The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out.
Yes, their greatest secret has finally been revealed. But that only leads to more questions. How does it work? Where do we go next?
That scientist, Kellogg, was supposed to track down. Virgil. We need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if they were desperate.
If we need to find Virgil, then I'm going after him.
If you're going to go, be prepared. You'll need some way to combat the radiation there. It's called the glowing sea for a reason.
I'll find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Good luck, and be safe.
The voice
By the
just
way,
changed.
I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Good.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Yeah?
Okay, I can't do
That's
anything
all
with
for
that.
now.
Not a problem.
Yes, bring Curie to Dr. Amari, that's the next step.
Hey, Valentine.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. I was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
You want to try for round 2, huh? Let's go.
What? What are you talking about?
Wait. Were you just playing a joke on me?
I guess that's for you to wonder, and for me and Kellogg's memories to know for sure. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going. Or I could head back to Diamond City, since you've got company already.
That's technique. Like 5 minutes.
Let's get going, Nick.
Been one heck of a ride so far. Let's see where it takes us next.
There you are.
Have you found someone that can help me become human?
Dr. Amari may be able to help.
Then we must see this doctor. Do you need something, madame?
Yes.
I'd like to travel together some more.
Then let us get underway.
You two watch yourselves out there.
Oh, monsieur. We do not watch. We observe.
Doctor, my friend here needs your help.
Oh? I'm not a mechanic. What could she possibly want from me?
Greetings, doctor. I wish to download my data and core programming into a human brain.
You want what? Is she serious?
Yes.
Curie has a lot of pre-war research data, but she can't continue her work as a robot.
Why not?
There are fundamental limitations in my robotic systems. I have no capacity for the human trait of inspiration.
I've never considered anything like you're proposing. It's
Surprised.
an interesting problem. The memories wouldn't be hard. We translate those from the brain to computers and back all the time here. It's how the loungers work.
That's a good point.
Her personality, though. All the extra pieces of robotic programmed decision-making. A normal organic brain wouldn't know what to do with them. A synth brain, on the other hand, well, it's already somewhere between the two.
So it is possible, then?
Likely, even. We just need a synth. And I may be able to help with that. I've worked on synths before. Giving them memory wipes so they can live a life free of the Institute. But the procedure isn't always successful. If something goes wrong, it can leave them in a brain-dead state. Living, but with no cognition.
Okay.
I know a caretaker for one of these brain-dead synths. If they're willing, we could try transferring your friend's consciousness into her.
I'd like to try.
We just need her caretaker's consent. Give me a day to get in contact with them. They're understandably cautious, but I think they'll hear me out.
I will stay with the doctor. Assuming all goes well, I want to be ready for the procedure.
Good. So, Curie waits here. But let's get Piper. So now then I have to go for the interview process, and I do not want to do that right now. So let's get Kate, because the thing is, we'll now go through a lot of area to raid and shit, and that's something that's very Katie. But I will also look to the very flirtatious robot and see if she sells aluminum.